Perhaps if we could talk a bit now about the other ABC TV offerings, so comedy and light entertainment and drama. What were some of the big things that you were proud of in 2012?
I think our team in the ABC Drama and the team that did our Indigenous programming a terrific job last year. Yes, we got funding. It takes a while to ramp these things up, these big productions, and we had a lot of it on air last year, and I think people just began to get a flavour of what some of that drama would be like. I think Redfern Now was a real highlight for us. I think to do programming of that quality, starring, directed, produced, written by Aboriginal artists, to bring someone like Jimmy McGovern in to help them hone their craft. The audience response we got to that, the critical response we got to that, terrific. I also think Mabo was a very significant moment. Many series like Devil's Dust later in the year as well also really found their mark. I think there's a great pipeline of drama coming our way. I think we're telling Australian stories very well. I'm looking forward to Magazine Wars, the sequel to Paper Giants, which will land in the first half of the year. The Time of Our Lives, I think, is another drama I'm looking forward to seeing. And so there's a lot in the pipeline. And Sally Riley, who runs our Indigenous unit, I mean, they're at work right now on Redfern Now too. The Gods of Wheat Street will be coming in the first half of the year. There's a lot of quality drama telling great Australian stories in a way that we're so happy that it's found a critical success and an audience success. And to have Guy Pearce doing Jack Irish for us, that was a delight. Comedy, one of my favourites last year was A Moody Christmas. Moody Christmas, I think, was just delightful, wonderful cast, great script, so much fun. I watched it twice, just thought it was delightful. Yeah. And hopeful for a bit more of that. Part of the key to the comedy and the key to the drama is just getting the right kind of creative partnerships and creating space where talented people can do their best work. And I think one of the things that's happened with television is, and particularly with this additional funding that came through, is that we have now many, many wonderful people from all around the country who want to work with us. And because I think they know that they get the space to exercise their creative talents, they get a significant audience, and it ends up as a great product. We had challenges. I mean, I've talked with Andrew Denton about Randling, which fell a little bit short audience-wise of what we wanted it to be, but you've got to learn from these things. And I think, again, with Spicks and Specks not being on for the year and Adam moving on to other things, I mean, that was clearly going to be a challenge for us to adapt to. So we look at Wednesday nights, there's some fun stuff coming, some experiments coming. Chris Lilley back, we think, at the end of the year.
Can you tell us much?
No, certainly can't. Sworn to secrecy. But it'll be good. Chris is a rare genius, and looking forward to what he's rolling out next. But our expectations is we'll see some of that on screen in 2013.
And there was obviously, around comedy, there was a lot of talk in the media about Wednesday nights and how it hadn't really fired quite like it had in previous years. What's your feeling about how you sort of turn that around? Well,
I think it's a challenge, and also you got to remember that, you know, Spicks and Specks wasn't a blockbuster at the beginning. These things take time to grow an audience. One of the things I think we did with Randling that we learnt from, and this was partly a budgetary thing, is we locked all that away. That was all filmed around this time last year, and it was all locked away before it went to air. And I think if we'd been doing it as if we had been broadcasting it as we were making it, we probably would have fine-tuned it a little bit along the way, but we weren't able to. I think what you can expect to see is some shorter series where, again, we just kind of calibrate a bit and iterate with our audience, gain the audience response, and work out what's working and what's not working. And so you'll find a number of those, and Tractor Monkeys is an example of that. I just think we're going to mix things up a bit and see what bites. But we don't own Wednesday night. We've got to earn that audience relationship on Wednesday night, but we've had terrific franchises in light entertainment. Jen Collins, who runs that for us now, is working very hard. There's a host of ideas, and we'll see how it plays.
You mentioned partnerships and co-productions. Is that sort of where you see the future of content making being, as opposed to just being solely something that's done in-house?
It's going to be a mix for us. The drama slate happens in co-production. There are just strong creative and economic reasons why that should be the case, we can attract matching funding or leverage the funding that we put in. And a lot of those production companies, of course, they're set up to deliver drama for us. So drama and documentaries in co-pros, some of our light entertainment. But it depends, horses for courses. I mean, Tractor Monkeys that relies a lot on our archive, that's something we're doing in-house, and that's a good fit as well. We'll be doing in-house production in Sydney and Melbourne and in Adelaide. But partnerships are clearly an important part of what we want to do too.